D2Gs, how you guys doing out there today? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and give you guys another video here with the Hunter Solar build here. And I just want you to go ahead and take a look at how we sustain our radiance and how we sustain our restoration here. I chose this lost sector here on Niamuna just because everything here is scaled a little bit higher, which means that they have a lot of hit power. If you have access to the DLC, you'll know what I'm talking about. All the boss in this specific lost sector, he has a lot of health and he hits hard too. And as you can tell right here from the gameplay, these guys are relentless. They come hard in the paint. They will barrage the heck out of you. They will flank you in a heartbeat. But just basically seeing how we obtain our restoration, how we maintain radiance and restoration at the same time, and while doing high damage output. And the exotic of choice for the high damage output is going to be the lucky pants that we're utilizing our hand cannons with. But go ahead and continue on with the video so you can kind of see our survivability, and I'll meet you guys at the build. Alright guys, and now for the build. Alright, so we're using Lucky Pants here. So the Lucky Pants is going to go ahead and extend, or actually enhance, all of our damage outputs for any of the hand cannons that we choose to use. With that being said, I'm pairing it up with the Malfeasance. Malfeasance has a pretty high damage output. I know compared to, you know, like Hawk Moon, if you're looking at the impact here where it says 78, if you're comparing it to any of the other ones that have like 90s or 80 pluses, to me the Malfeasance does a lot of output damage, with the catalyst that has Vorpal on there, as well as the nice little mini perk here where all the slugs, once they burrow into the opponent, they actually explode. So to me, I use it with the Malfeasance. I pair it up and it does really good high damage output. All right, let's go ahead and continue on with the build. For our super, I'm going to go ahead and use Blade Barrage. For abilities, I'm using Gambler's Dodge. For our jumping, we're using Triple Jump. For our melee, I'm using Knife Trick. And for grenades, I'm using Healing Grenade. Now, I'm using Healing Grenade for the sole purpose of if I am unable to obtain a Fire Sprite, which I'll go ahead and go over with our Fragments. If I can't get a Fire Sprite to go ahead and proc Restoration, I'll go ahead and throw my Healing, and then I'll just go hard in the paint. I'll go ham and just go ahead and just kill all the ads and just continue resetting my timer to have Restoration. So for that point in time, you're pretty much unkillable. I believe the the highest timer set is going to be like 12 seconds when you have restoration. So once you have that procced up, you just go ahead and just make sure you kill ads with your solar weapons or with any weapon. So long as you kill them, you will just continue resetting the timer thanks to one of our other fragments that I'll go ahead and go over right now, and you will just be unkillable for that amount of time frame. All right, let's continue on with our aspect. I'm using On Your Mark because it grants us 3 fragment slots, and I'm using Knock 'em Down. So knock them down, so long as you have your super charged up and you happen to throw your knife. Once you throw your knife and you actually kill an ad, you'll automatically gain that melee energy right back instantaneously. Or now, if let's say if you've thrown your knife and you don't get it because you didn't happen to kill that ad, well, all you got to do is just dodge and boom, you get your melee back right back again. So basically you gain your knife back instantly. That's a nice little trick there. All right, let's continue on. For our fragments, we are using Ember of Torches, which means as soon as we throw our knife and we do kill that ad, we'll be radiant. We're going to go ahead and use Ember of Solace, which means our radiance and restorations that we have procced up have an increased timer or an increased duration. We're going to go ahead and use Ember of Searing. So by defeating any scorched targets, it grants us melee energy as well as it creates a fire sprite. And we're using Ember of Mercy. So by picking up the fire sprite, it also grants us restoration. But now a quick little tip here. In regards to picking up the fire sprite to go ahead and grant us that restoration, once you have restoration procced, I believe the highest timer is going to be 12 seconds. So do not pick up another fire sprite, because once you pick up another fire sprite, let's say you were granted 12 seconds and now you have 10 seconds. If you pick up another fire sprite, it's going to decrease your timer to like probably 5 seconds or 4 seconds. So that's one little tip that it doesn't really tell you, or I haven't seen or heard anyone actually talk about that part. So once you have restoration procced up, don't pick up another fire sprite, just kill all of your ads, because by then using your next fragment, which is Ember of Empyrean, you're gonna go ahead and once you kill the targets, you will then just extend the timer every single time for your radiant and or restoration. All right, guys, it's a quick little tip that I got to give you guys that I wish somebody would have told me, because I didn't really know that part. I did all of my homework on my own. All right, let's continue on, guys. So for our helmets, we are using Heavy Ammo Finder, we are using Harmonic Siphon, and we are using Dynamo. For our gauntlets, we are using Grenade Kickstart, we are using Focusing Strike, and we are using Harmonic Loader. Now here you can go ahead and use another Focusing Strike if you wish, or any one of the other fragments. I just chose it so that I can go ahead and increase the reload speed for all of my solo weapons. For our chest piece, we are using Emergency Reinforcement, and of course any other resistance mod that you're using for your set activity. For our boots, which is the Lucky Pants, we are using a Kinetic Weapon Surge, we're using Solar Weapon Surge, and we are using Innervation. For our cloak, we are using Powerful Attraction, we are using Time Dilation, and we are using Bomber. Okay, so then now for the weapons, like I said, I'm pairing it up with the Lucky Pants and my Malfeasance, but you can also throw whatever other variation that you may want to go ahead and add here. If you want to go ahead and use the hand cannon and the energy slot, by all means, however you see fit in your playstyle, you can go ahead and swap that out. But this build, I basically primarily just use it for a lot of like high DPSing. So if I was doing raids, you know, bosses, whatnot, I'm more than likely going to use this to create the highest damage output I possibly can, pairing it up with the Lucky Pants. So once you proc the Lucky Pants' high damage output is going to be about, I believe it's 5 seconds with a 10 stacking damage output. So for 5 seconds, you're going to enhance the heck out of your damage output. Now adding all of that into the equation with Vorpal, and then adding all of that into the equation with the damage explosion slugs that Malfeasance creates, you're really doing a lot of damage within that small amount of window that that the Lucky Pants gives you and grants you. All right, guys. Of course, also still focus, your resilience at 100, as well as your discipline at 100, and of course your mobility at least 50% or higher. All right, guys, appreciate you guys stopping by. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know which variation of weapons did you choose, or if this build worked out for you, or if you've seen a great damage output in your gameplay or your play style. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.